Holy shit, this game is freaking amazing. I want to tell you why Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is gonna win Game of the Year in 2025. In my humble opinion, this actually might be the best game that I've ever played. Let's dive headfirst into the story of this absolute banger. I'm talking about a story that unfolds piece by glorious piece. You're not getting the whole enchilada dumped in front of you all at once. Instead, the devs are playing it smart, dropping breadcrumbs of lore through crazy cutscenes that'll have you saying, "Oh my goodness." But wait, there's more. There are also in-game journals / audio logs that'll send shivers down your spine as you piece together the puzzle, and even those in-game conversations between characters that feel like you're right there in the thick of it. But hold up, it gets even crazier. You can literally walk up to anyone in this world and they've got something going on. We're not talking about cardboard cutouts here, people. Each character breathes, thinks, and feels. It's like the whole world is full of real people just waiting for you to interact and spill their secrets. So what's the core mission? You're part of an elite squad hunting down a seriously mysterious entity only known as the Painter. Yeah, like you gonna paint me to death, right? And listen up, I'm not dropping any spoilers here. You need to experience this firsthand, because trust me, it's that good. You're part of this team trying to protect your city from this crazy painter lady. The characters, they're stupid likable. They're not just compelling, they're straight up unforgettable. Each main character has their own distinct personality, their own motivations. Nobody's just tagging along for the ride. They've got their own reasons, their own goals. And as a JRPG fanatic, I'ma tell you, this is the holy grail. Chatting with everyone and having them drop their own thoughts and dreams, that's next level immersion right there. I honestly don't think I've ever played a game that nails character development like this. From the jump, I was hooked. Seriously, within the first 15 to 20 minutes, I was practically tearing up. And for a vet like me, been gaming for over 3 decades, that's really saying something. The last time a game hit me this hard emotionally, maybe the original God of War back in 2005 or 2006. That raw connection to the character, this game really brings that back. The story itself, easy to follow, but the way they unravel it is just pure freaking genius. It's not a massive info dump, it's a slow burn, a delicious drip feed of narrative that keeps you digging, keeps you talking to everyone, keeps you hungry for more. And the pacing? Hot diggity dog. So many story-driven games these days just drag the fudge on. They throw walls of text and endless exposition at you. Not this one. It's lean, it's mean, it gives you the crucial bits, and then it lets you explore and uncover the rest organically through the world and its inhabitants. No massive cutscene overload here. I'm looking at you, Metal Gear. Seriously, the emotional moments in this game have caught me off guard time and time again. For a seasoned gamer like myself, that's rare and a beautiful thing. It hits the same emotional beats as the classics like the original God of War, or that gut-wrenching moment in Gears of War 2 with Dom's wife. Oh, I'm sorry, too soon? The world building, it's on another level, especially compared to a lot of modern games. It's got that old school charm where you have to use your imagination a bit, and it just feels much richer for it. So the story is 10 tacos out of 10. Scratch that. If I could give it an 11, I would. It's that dang good.
Still can't finish your sentences, can you?
Yep, that hasn't changed.
Gameplay. All right, Taco Means, let's talk gameplay. You know what I'm talking about. That sweet, sweet interaction with the digital world. Moving around, smashing buttons in combat, diving into minigames. The good stuff. And this game, it nails the core loop. Combat, exploration, and those juicy side quests that pop up here and there. Now let's get down to the good stuff. Combat. We're talking pure turn-based action, baby. Think classic JRPG goodness. We're not talking about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth territory here with all the flashy jumping around. This is your OG turn-taking strategy like Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, or even the legendary, and I mean legendary, Legends of Dragoon. With the party lined up, trading blows with the enemy, you know the drill. But hold the flip up. This game throws a curveball that'll make your nuts drop. Real-time blocking and dodging during enemy attacks. Yep, you heard that right. While you're dishing out damage, and it feels a bit like Legends of Dragoon with time button presses for that extra when the enemy comes at you, it's like BAM! Dark Souls reflexes kick in. You gotta time your dodges, parries, and even these sick jump dodges to survive. There are moments where the whole party has to nail a time jump to avoid getting wiped. And trust me, you need to learn this. Enemies hit like a freaking truck. I'm playing on normal difficulty, and I've been one-shot multiple times for missing a parry or a dodge. It's brutal, but brilliant. You actually have to get good. Now let's talk character building. This game gives you the keys to the kingdom. Each character has unique abilities and a massive, deep skill tree that you can customize to your heart's content. For me, this was huge. You see a character with a healing ability? Sure, they can be a healer, but they can also branch out into powerful magic attacks and different spell types. You can literally tailor their build to explore enemy weaknesses. Facing a monster weak against fire? Respec your mage into a pyro powerhouse. It's incredibly in-depth. And get this, they got these things called Picos. Think of them like the ability learning system from Final Fantasy IX. Equip a Pico, kind of like a piece of armor, win battles, and bam, you learn new skills. It's like they cherry-picked the best mechanics from JRPG history and blended them into something truly special. Seriously, the mechanics, the systems, they nailed it. And for all of you old school JRPG fans who remember those marathon boss fights that dragged on and on and on for an eternity, fear not, this game respects your time. Battles feel snappy and engaging. You're not just going to be stuck chipping away at a single enemy for an hour. The user interface, clean and simple. It took me a hot minute to get the hang of it, but after about 30 minutes, it became second nature. No convoluted menus or confusing layouts here. Honestly, I'm struggling to find any flaws in the gameplay. It's just amazing. If you grew up with JRPGs like I did, you will absolutely love this. It's not even a question. You have to play it. Gameplay score, I'm dropping a perfect 10 crunchy tacos out of 10. I know that's a bold statement, but in my mind, this is the peak of RPG gameplay. It's got everything I've ever wanted and more. It's the best damn taco I've ever tasted. Gameplay is just phenomenal.
Not giving up. Finesse and precision.
Graphics. All right, pull up your britches, you crazy taco lovers, because we're about to talk about graphics. Just a small warning, this game is a straight up visual feast. The art style is this crazy cool blend. You've got these realistically proportioned characters with a hint of anime flair, but then non-human characters go full stylized manga anime, hyper detailed textures and all. Of course, they built this masterpiece on Unreal Engine 5, so you know it's got the potential to look incredible, but the art direction takes it to a whole nother level. It's this unique mix of realism and stylized anime manga that just kinda works. But let's cut to the chase. The graphics for both the characters and the environments are freaking phenomenal. I'm not even exaggerating. Insane. 100% bonkers level of detail. When you step out into the world and just start exploring, the sheer quality of detail are unmatched. The only two games that even come close, and I mean barely close, in terms of visual fidelity are Black Myth Wukong and The Ghost of Tsushima. That's the kind of company we're talking about here. The world building, the level design, it all feels lived in. It's not just a pretty backdrop. You can feel the history and the story in every nook and cranny. And the monster placement is perfectly spaced out so you can actually soak in the atmosphere. Here's a testament to how good it looks. This game has a sprint button, right? To move faster. Yeah, I barely used it for the longest time because I just wanted to walk around and admire the graphics. Seriously, it's the best I've ever seen. The world feels so real, so full of untold stories just in the visuals alone. It's beyond words. And do the visuals match the tone of the gameplay and story? Absolutely. It sucks you right in. You know how some games with amazing graphics sometimes skip on gameplay or story? This game is hitting on all cylinders. It's a trifecta of excellence. The graphics, the environments, the character models, the effects, everything is exceptional. The cutscenes, beautiful and straight to the point. No long, drawn out nonsense. And the spells, they feel weighty, they feel impactful, and the visual effects are stunning. But here's the next level touch. The devs had a brilliant idea of having you input the spell commands before the animation happens. Think about that for a sec. In many games, you're mashing buttons while the spell is going off and you miss the visual spectacle. Here, you do your thing and then you get to fully appreciate the glorious spell animations and effects. Huge props to the development team for that. The boss designs are incredible and the enemy variety is fantastic. What's even cooler is the visual contrast between the realistic human characters and the stylized, almost alien-looking enemies. It makes for some seriously striking visuals in combat. The graphics enhance the immersion to an unbelievable degree. Honestly, you could probably just wander around the world and have an amazing experience just taking it all in. It feels like every area was lovingly handcrafted with insane attention to detail. I haven't found a single visual inconsistency. Now I'm going to rate the graphics 10 thick, beefy tacos out of 10. The visuals are beyond belief. This is a visual perfection, and I truly mean that.
Here we are, huh?
Yeah. The continent. The indigo trees over there.
Music. If you thought 10 of 10 tacos across the board was good, you ain't seen nothing yet. Because we are now entering the realm of the divine. We're talking about the best area of the game, in my opinion. The music, you taco lovers. And let me just lay it down straight. This soundtrack, the best I have ever heard in a video game, period. I don't say this lightly, folks. From the moment you hit new game to wherever you are in your journey, the music is phenomenal. The tracks are instantly memorable. They don't just set the tone, they grab you by your toenails and yank you right into the emotional core of the game. You genuinely care about these characters because the music swells and soars right alongside their triumphs and their tragedies. When someone gets hurt, when they face a loss, you feel it. The music makes you connect on a level I haven't experienced in ages. And the battle themes, they're adrenaline pumping masterpieces. The sound effects are crisp, they're impactful, top-notch across the board. Now, I stumbled across something online. Apparently, the studio behind Expedition 33 was a relatively small team. Maybe 30 core developers with another 50 helping out to finish. Now, I don't know if that's the truth, so drop a comment if you feel like you got the inside scoop. But even if it was an 80-man team, the sheer quality of this game is mind-blowing. We're talking about a level of polish and artistry that rivals games with hundreds of developers. Whoever spearheaded this project, hats off to you. You created something special. Seriously, this game is climbing its way onto my personal Mount Rushmore of video games, and I don't throw that praise around lightly. Heck, I'm almost ready to call it the greatest game ever made. It has everything. The combat sounds impactful. The ambient noises create a living, breathing world, and every single area has its own distinct soundtrack and feel. The sound design as a whole is just off the freaking charts. And the voice acting is superb. I picked up a few French phrases, so I'm guessing the original development might be in French. But whoever handled the English voiceover, you crushed it. The quality is unprecedented. And the music, it never gets repetitive. I've sunk around 20 hours so far. Time flies when you're having this much fun. And honestly, I can't recall hearing the same track loop endlessly. Unlike some classic RPGs where the battle theme drills into your skull after the 50th encounter, the music here feels dynamic and varied. So yeah, music-wise, it's 10 tacos with sour cream out of 10. There is simply none better. The soundtrack is a masterpiece. Performance. All right, let's dive into the taco juice of this performance. Because let's be real, all that story, gameplay, and visual goodness doesn't mean squat if the game runs like my dad's computer. But hold on to your knickers, boys and girls, because this game is a gold standard in optimization. For the sheer amount of detail and information packed into this world, the frame rate has been rock solid. I'm talking consistent, buttery smooth gameplay with absolutely no drops or stuttering whatsoever. Now for context, I'm running this on a 4080 on PC, and I'm playing at a glorious 4K resolution. And even at those maxed out settings, I'm consistently hitting a smooth 60 frames per second. For me, playing with the controller, 60 frames a second is the sweet spot. So I'm absolutely golden. PC purists might have their own preferences, but for my setup, it's been flawless. And the load times, blink and you'll miss them. We're talking about a mere 3 to 4 seconds to load in a new area. What's really clever is how they structured the world in sections. You've got your overarching world map, and then you seamlessly transition into these self-contained zones. Once you're in a section, that's it. No more loading screens breaking your immersion. The entire area is loaded and ready to explore. I have no idea how they pulled that off with this level of detail, but it's incredible. No stuttering, no hitches, just seamless exploration. And get this, in my 20 plus hours of playtime, I haven't encountered a single bug or glitch. No game-breaking nonsense, just pure, polished gameplay. It's like stepping into a world that's been meticulously crafted and tested. And the stability, unheard of in today's gaming landscape. This game has not crashed, not even once, which is honestly shocking in an era where game crashes seem to be the norm. My rig is solid, but I've definitely wrestled with other titles that would spontaneously combust every half hour. I'm not naming any names, but you know the culprits, Redfall. This game, rock solid stability. The game is polished with a capital P. So performance-wise, it's another resounding 10 out of 10 tacos. This is how you optimize a visually stunning and detail-rich game. It runs like a dream. All right, taco lovers, take a deep breath. I know. Saying a game is perfect, it's like uttering the forbidden name of Voldemort in the wizarding community. It's scary. You brace for the inevitable, well, actually. But you know what? I'm going all in. I'm planting my flag. I'm saying it out loud and clear. This game is perfect. Yep, I said it. Come at me. Because honestly, I'm struggling to find a single weakness. The only argument anybody could even try to make is, oh, it's a JRPG, so it's not for me. To that I say you're missing out on pure, unadulterated brilliance. This transcends genre tropes. It's just flawless. By my standards, this isn't even a great game. It's a masterpiece. It's perfect. So yeah, if you're tallying up the scores, story, gameplay, music, performance, it's a clean sweep. A perfect 10 out of 10 big, juicy, delicious tacos. The best I have ever played. And honestly, it's not even a close contest. So if you stuck around this long listening to my rambles, know this. I'm not sponsored. Nobody's paying me to say this. This is just pure, unadulterated fanboy enthusiasm. If you are even remotely considering picking up this game, do it. You will not be disappointed. I'm putting my reputation on the line here. You will absolutely not be disappointed. This game is amazing. It has rocketed straight to the #1 spot on my Mount Rushmore of video games from the last 34, 35 years. That's how impactful it's been. So if you dug this unfiltered, passionate take, maybe consider smashing that like button, hitting subscribe, and ringing that bell notification for more of my hopefully less ranty thoughts. And with that, I'll catch you all in the next video. Go play this game seriously. You deserve this. Peace out, my taco minions.